Okay, so 2 videos in one night. I have gotten a lot of questions, and I've seen a lot of comments between other people dealing a lot with anger. Make a video about anger, dealing with anger, of which I have more than enough of. And I kept putting it off, it just didn't feel right. And I made a connection as to why it did not feel right. Because there is one difference between every single one of us. Well, one that divides us at least. TBI men and TBI women. The way each one of us is built means that we deal with it in completely different ways. The way we're built here, the way we're built here. The things that we have to deal with up here, the things we have to deal with here are completely different. The perspectives on our lives and the things we've had to deal with in our lives are completely different. A man does not have to be on guard when he walks down a dark street. You know, he might be if he's in a certain part of town that he shouldn't be in, but generally speaking, it's not something you worry about. When you're leaving a Walmart at 9 p.m., you're not worried walking out to your car. That's a perspective you do not have in life, and your brain injury doesn't have to deal with it. A woman does. We are different. So, I realize in dealing with anger, we need to address how it is that we deal with anger before and after the brain injury. A man internalizes every last dark thing, everything that bothers him, and he uses that as fuel. That anger that a man has, it's a natural thing. Every single last one of us has it. Some of us higher than others. I happen to be one of those guys that has really high testosterone levels. I was just born this way. So I feel those things. We all do. And now with a brain injury, it is really mixing up the wires. It's like a freeway. You're trying to whisper a message to somebody across 10 lanes of traffic, and each car is a new thought that doesn't make any sense. And you're trying to get something across, and you keep getting hit by cars on your way there. And every time you get hit by a car, it hurts, and you get angry. And a man uses his anger for one of two things. Either as a fire to build him and to make him stronger, or he gives into it and he lashes out and takes it out on the ones around us. Now, a woman, she internalizes. She does internalize everything. And she does her best to get it out. Some of them have best friends, and they're able to chat and talk, and that's how they do it. But every woman is more complex and more of a secret than you will ever be. Trust me. Whatever you think of yourself and think as a man that the world does not know about you, there is a depth that women have. And it's just the way their psyche is built. It's the way they're raised to be. Because they have to be on guard their whole life. From us. Literally, from us. They have to be on guard. They have to fight 10 times harder just to do the same thing that we do. So they do internalize everything, and every last one of them is a garden that is unlike any other garden. And every last one of them has roses that are dying, and somewhere, every last one of them has a garden of Babylon. That is the complexity of a woman. I know this because, as a child, the only thing I knew of women, the adult women in my life, were that they either had been or were being abused. Emotionally, physically, mentally. That's all I knew. And then once I was able to get away from that as a child, I was raised by a mother who taught me the value and complexity of being a woman. As a human being, as a fellow human being. Yes, biologically built a little bit differently, but a human being nonetheless. I was raised with that. But because of heaviness in my life, I started giving in to that. Something bad happened to me that made me angry and start to manipulate women and hurt women because I could, because I'm a man and I can. And I became a scary dude. And then after the brain injury, the blender that happens in that, I became an even scarier dude. It was miraculously also, though, because of the brain injury, that forces you to look at yourself honestly, because you have no choice. It was because of that I was able to look at myself, slap myself in the face, and know what a true man is supposed to be, brain injury or not. This manipulation and demeaning of our fellow human beings is ridiculously wrong, and it needs to end. And in this TBI community, I know it is rampant because it's easy to give into. But we all have a choice. We still know the difference between right or wrong. You cannot stop getting angry. You cannot stop how angry you get. But you can choose to simply walk away and understand that the way you feel, though it is a fucking fire, it is not natural. So walk away. It is our responsibility. We do have a responsibility as men. Because we are equal. We are all equal human beings, that's true. But nature made us stronger. It made us have to have this feeling that we have to be dominant. Okay, we've grown as a society where we're starting to drift away a little bit and learn, but we can't change evolution. We are animals. It's in us to be this way. But our specialty as human beings is being able to know the difference. And your specialty as a man, or your responsibility, and your specialty, if you so choose to take it, is to take your anger, take your frustrations, and TBI or not, use them wisely. Because you still have that choice. You really do. You have the choice. If you're strong enough to still be alive, then you're strong enough to be able to walk away when you have to. Or to be honest and not be ashamed of the darkness. If you honestly say, my darkness, this is what it is, to somebody, they will not judge you. They will do everything they can to help you not have it anymore and to shine their light on you. That's why they're there. But you're never going to feel better, and you're never not going to be angry. Or you're ever not going to be able to deal with the fact that you are angry if you're not honest to yourself. And the first thing, as men, that we seriously need to remember is, yes, biologically, they're women. We love them because biologically, they are there to facilitate procreation and evolution. But when you take that scientific fact out, you're left with one single thing, and that they are a human being, just like us. I was raised right, but I still gave in to the demons that we unfortunately all have at different levels. And something or someone bashed my head into the ground hard enough for me to understand the difference between right and wrong, and to reconnect with the child who grew up understanding that this anger, it's our choice how it facilitates inside of us. And our violence against women, our treatment and disqualification of women, is a choice we make. So, I don't really have anything else to say on it. Love and peace to everybody.